Alright, welcome to Mr. Nelson's YouTube video over multiplying fractions and multiplying decimals. Alright, sorry about my voice, kind of losing it today. First we have fractions. So when we are multiplying fractions, like 1/2 and 1/3, this is what you do. You check to see if you can simplify. You check both your fractions, see if you can simplify them. I also showed you about those cross simplifications kind of thing in class. So check to see if you can simplify. After that, just multiply straight across. Across. Okay? Straight across. After you get your answer, make sure you simplify. Okay? 3 steps. Simplify, multiply straight across, and simplify. Alright, with decimals, so we've got 0.12 times 3, or 0.3, how's that? Remember, when you multiply decimals, you do not have to line up your decimal. But if you're adding and subtracting, you have to line up your decimal. But with multiplying, you don't have to line them up. So, first you just solve. Pretend like the decimal is not there and solve it. Just multiply that bad boy straight out. Then, count your decimals. We've got 1, 2, and 3. So you have 3 numbers behind decimal places. So count your decimals. After you've counted them, I'd write that number off to the side so you know how many times you need to move your decimal. Then put your decimal in your answer. Okay, so you put your decimal in your answer. So in this case, you would have to move it 1, 2, 3 from the end of the number. Okay. All right, let's do an actual example. So here we've got 3/8 and 4/9. Okay, so you can't simplify your fractions at all. They're not. You just can't. They're not anything you can simplify there. But in class, I told you that you can simplify across this way as well. And we'll go over how to do that in a second, but we're just going to solve this the way it is right now. Okay, step 1, simplify. So if you can simplify, make sure you simplify. Step 2, multiply straight across. So we're going to multiply straight across. 3 times 4, 8 times 9. So 3 times 4 is 12. 8 times 9 is 72. Okay, so our answer is 1272. But remember, step 3, or 12/72. Step 3 is to simplify again. So we need to make sure we simplify again. Well, 12 over 72 can be simplified. Easiest one that you should just know is they both end in 2. So we know we can at least do it by 2. That gives us 6/36. Now we can also simplify the top and the bottom now. You might not see it, but you can simplify it by 6. Because 6 times 6 is 36. Okay, so we divide that. That gives us 6 divided by 6 is 1. And 36 divided by 6 is 6. So 1/6. Alright, let's remember that because I'm going to get rid of all that work. So we've got 1/6 was our answer. Okay. Get rid of this. Okay. All right. 1/6. We know that this equals 1/6 after we've simplified it out. In class, I said that if your crosses like this can be simplified, you can simplify it. Well, 4 can go into both 4 and 8. So instead of this being 8, this is now 2. And this is now 1, because 4 divided by 4 is 1. 8 divided by 4 is 2. Well, we can also look at these other two and say 3 divided by 3 is 1. 9 divided by 9 is 3. So now you have 1 times 1, multiply straight across, and 2 times 3. 1 times 1 is 1. 2 times 3 is 6. If you do it this way, you don't have to simplify at the end. Or sometimes you still have to simplify at the end, but it's a little bit nicer numbers that you have to simplify. Okay? So, both answers, we got 1/6 as our answer. Okay. Now we've got decimals, multiplying decimals. Step 1, solve. So you've got to solve first. 8 times 4 is 32. Bring the 3 up here. 8 times 5 is 40 plus the 3, 43. Bring the 4 up here. 8 times 2 is 16. Plus the 4 is 20. All right. Now we're done with our 8. And we can get rid of this 3 and the 4, okay? If you want, you can just erase it. There we go. Now we move on to the 6. We have to add our placeholder because the 6 is in the tens place, so we have to make sure we start in the tens place. 6 times 4 is 24. 2. 6 times 5 is 30 plus the 2. Bring that 3 up here for the 32. 6 times 2 is 12 plus the 3 is 15. Alright, we add 2 placeholders. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 5 is 10. Bring that 1 up here. 2 times 2 is 4 plus the 1 is 5. So we've got 2, 7, 10. Bring the 1 up here when we're adding. 2 plus 5 is 7 plus the 1 is 8. 1 plus 5 is 6. So now we've got our answer, right? Oh, we need to make sure that we do step 2 and count. We've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you can see there's 2 here and 2 here. 2 and 2 gives us 4 decimal places. So we need to make sure that we move our decimal 1. Oop. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we get 6.8072. Now that is our answer. Because step 3 was move your decimal, or put your decimal in. Okay, and those were the steps that we talked about in class today. If you would, tomorrow we're going to learn about changing mixed numbers to improper fractions. So that we can multiply fractions. Straight across, straight across. 7, 6, and convert back to a mixed number. That's what we're learning tomorrow. Hopefully you took good notes today in class, and if not, you've got this video to look at. So, have a great day. Make sure you do Tuesday nights, not Mondays, because I put that in there on accident. I need you to do Tuesday's part. I did also give out notes over dividing decimals, but so that if you did take that home and said, oh, but I didn't learn how to do this, at least you have the notes over it in case you wanted to do Monday nights. But do Tuesday. Tuesdays.